So I just made me some food. I made me a burger, playing Red Dead, you know, looking at some videos, looking through Twitter, social media, and stuff like that. And I noticed a heavy reliance on talk of hardware for both PlayStation, especially for Xbox, which I get it. Next gen's pretty close, so people are interested. We haven't been getting that much leaks, just a little bit. We're being teased. I get that. But then when I notice other tweets and conversations talking about PlayStation games, talking about The Last of Us, people trying to bring up Ghost of Tsushima, we getting little teasers of Death Stranding, things like that. Even not gaining much traction, but Platinum's new exclusive for PlayStation 4, Grand Blue Fantasy or Fantasia, something like that it's called. Whenever those things are brought up, I instantly see. I don't want to say it's damage control, but I instantly see conversations of, oh, those are PlayStation 5 games. That's the instant to try to kill the conversation, as if those games were not meant for the PlayStation 4 platform. They're instantly PlayStation 5 games. And that's the damage control, right? And I see that a lot now. You bring up Death Stranding, you bring up Ghost of Tsushima, you even bring up The Last of Us 2. Instant response is PlayStation 5 launch game, whatever. And I'm seeing what's happening. What's happening is, due to the lack of titles the Xbox One platform has, the gen's pretty much over for that platform. These Microsoft enthusiasts are trying to create a narrative that the PlayStation 4 is in the same predicament, that there's nothing left and everything's for the PlayStation 5. So PlayStation Nation, PlayStation 4 gamers got nothing to look forward to. Whatever is left is for the PlayStation 5, and the gen is over for the PlayStation 4. And that's pretty much the narrative that's trying to be created. Nope. PlayStation 4 still has these amazing games, and I feel some of these games will be coming out this year. Not this year, 2019. We're going to be playing some of the best exclusives, and some of those have Game of the Year potential. I'm sorry if Microsoft, Phil Spencer, did not plan out this gen accordingly. But that doesn't mean the rest of the gamers have to suffer over it. It just seems more like these Microsoft enthusiasts are hoping these games don't come out in 2019. They're hoping that PlayStation 4 has a dry year, which is sad that you're hoping for this to happen, because you guys swear by the whole competition. Oh, competition's good. Well, PlayStation 4 coming out with banging games. Isn't that competition? Doesn't that send a message to Microsoft to make sure they don't pull this stunt again? To make sure they properly plan out a generation of gaming? So that way gamers don't go through this? So that way gamers who choose to play on Xbox don't go through this period of long droughts? But instead of using the strength that Sony's providing, instead of saying, hey, Microsoft, you see what Sony's doing? You need to do that and better. You guys are hoping that PlayStation 4 doesn't have a good 2019. You guys are hoping that these games don't come out. You're hoping that these games are 2020 games, 2021 games, and that they're tied to the PlayStation 5, vice PlayStation 4 getting more, more props for gaming. You guys can't handle PlayStation 4 get any more Game of the Year caliber games. You guys can't take it. You guys are tired of hearing, God damn, PlayStation 4 is getting all the best games. You guys are tired of it. You're tired of hearing Xbox One playing second fiddle, which is funny because then that goes against your whole theory of competition. You see, the truth is you guys like competition, but only when Microsoft provides it and when it makes Microsoft look good. If anybody else does it, you don't want to hear it. So then you create these narratives. So right now what you enthusiasts are trying to do is create a narrative where the conversations is strictly hardware, or if it is about gaming, it's not about actual games that's been announced and it's close to release, it's about studio acquisitions. Because those are the two main topics now. It's either more hardware or studio acquisitions. Keep in mind, nobody, especially you guys who bought a Pro and a 1X, I'm pretty sure you didn't spend $400, another $400, and another $500 to talk about more hardware and studio acquisitions, because neither benefit the mid-gen upgrades you guys own. You can't play Xbox Anaconda or PS5 on your Pro right now. And you can't play studio acquisitions on your 1X. You can't play those things. Those things are not games. Your 1X is only a year old. The Pro is, 2 years old. You need games. I mean, you bought those things for a reason, right? But yet, y'all want to create a narrative that doesn't benefit the mid-gen refresh you bought. I didn't buy a mid-gen refresh. I didn't buy a Pro. I'm sure as hell didn't buy a 1X. There's no way I was spending... There's no way I'm buying another Xbox hardware. That's just not even an option no more. That's done. I'm done with that brand. I'm done with that console. That console, I'm moving on with it in its entirety, right? But I didn't buy a PS4 Pro either because I'm more than happy with my PS4 Vanilla. It's a great gaming console. I don't see me spending another $200, $300, $400, whatever. Even trading, I don't see me spending another red cent on PlayStation 4 hardware when I could put that money towards games, because that's ultimately what I do. But the narrative where the conversation is primarily more hardware and studio acquisition, and if we do talk about games, is trying to get dismissed as, oh, no, those are PlayStation 5 games. You're not going to see those games in 2019. Sorry. Nah. It's not any of our fault that Xbox One's in the position it is. And it's not any of our fault that PS4 is still dominating, providing the games. That's what's supposed to do. You know? So you have a choice. You can be a gamer and enjoy these upcoming games, and be a true gamer and hope these games come out instead of hoping that they don't, because that's just weird. If you're hoping that The Last of Us 2 is not a 2019 game, if Ghost of Tsushima is not a 2019 game, if Death Stranding is not a 2019 game, if you're hoping these games are not 2019 games and you want them to be 2020, that way PlayStation 4 doesn't have any more great articles, doesn't get props from gamers around the world. If you're hoping for this, then you are not a gamer at all in any sense of the word. You're a slave, which is weird. But anyway, that's just my thought for the minute. I'm going on holiday break, heading home for the holidays. When I come back in January, I'm going to do my best to make videos and push out info on all these great games that are coming out, because I see the shitty narrative of nothing but hardware and studio acquisition talk, and whenever games are being talked about, it gets pushed to the side with all PlayStation 5. So I'm going to do my part to get more awareness from these games and not fall in the trap simply because the Xbox One just couldn't keep up this gen. It's not anyone's fault, and gamers are not going to suffer because of it, all right? But anyway, this is your boy Porter Rock 77. If you're new to the channel, hit that like button. I hope you all have a great holiday. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and whatever other holiday you celebrate. I'll be back with new videos and new conversations and podcasts in January, all right? You guys take care. Peace.